I suppose Oppenheimer is indicative of his political maturity nowadays, so I guess it's fair to not fixate too much on this portion of the film. Okay, now to explain why The Dark Knight is peak. Simply put, this film does not let up. It's such a masterful crime thriller in the sense that there's no downtime. That's not to say it's all non-stop action and suspense. The characters do get chances to reflect on what's going on. But the thing is, you just never feel safe watching this movie. You never get to fully catch your breath after any of the Joker's insane schemes, because it's never too long before he's on to the next one. The way the film is structured makes it consistently engaging throughout its entire runtime. I genuinely will never understand how some people will claim that this movie is boring whenever the Joker isn't on screen. Like, did you just sleep through most of the movie or what? It's so fascinating seeing people's response to relentless terrorism and watching their ethical boundaries get pushed further and further. Watching Harvey Dent consistently get propped up as a status symbol, only for this plan to come crashing down once he gives in to his urge for revenge, is intense and engrossing. I love how Nolan can take a character as inherently silly as Two-Face and make him work in a realistic setting by applying compelling commentary on morality to him. I love how the noble lie Batman chooses to adopt at the end in order to protect Dent's reputation is directly paralleled by Alfred choosing not to tell him the truth about Rachel's intentions. The scene where Rachel gets blowed up is so intense as you see her accept in that moment that she's gonna die, even though Bruce was trying to rescue her. Like, damn. I know I said I really liked Katie Holmes in this role, but like, Maggie Gyllenhaal is just objectively better, I gotta admit. I love all the excellent quotes that have reverberated in pop culture. You either die a hero or live long enough to see yourself become the villain. Some men just want to watch the world burn. I think they're pretty self-explanatory. This movie doesn't exactly have the densest themes or messages. They're pretty simple and yet insanely effective. This was one of the first times a comic book movie really felt like it was saying something about the state of the world. And it's so gripping as a result. But with all that said, yeah, we gotta talk about the star of the show here. I think it's fair to say that Heath Ledger as the Joker is the single most iconic performance of the 21st century so far. Something really shifted with this performance. Everyone was just blown away by how thoroughly he embodied this conniving, chaotic clown. And it's honestly on the level where I look at him and I don't even see a performance. Like, that's just the Joker, man. He completely disappears into the character and makes him seem like this unstoppable force of nature. He can't be reasoned with, he just wants to watch the world burn, etc., etc. I just love the fact that he has no history in this universe. No former identity or origin whatsoever. It's like he just spawned into existence one day to psychologically torment whoever he feels like. The image of him is effortlessly terrifying, and yet he's just so funny at the same time. It's a very different interpretation of the Joker than usual, but they get his essence so right. There's really nothing I could say about this performance that hasn't already been said. Like, it's the Joker, baby. You know just how incredible and how influential this performance is. And like, honestly, what else can I really say about the movie? It stood the test of time as one of the most beloved and talked about films in recent memory. Sorry if I sound like a normie for saying Nolan hasn't topped this one, but that's just how I feel. He hasn't. This is my favorite live-action comic book movie and my favorite Christopher Nolan movie. So, that's my list. Anyway, to summarize, Christopher Nolan is pretty cool. He makes awesome movies. They're smart and stuff, but also they have a lot of action and they're epic. No, but seriously, I really am impressed with how thoroughly he manages to grip general audiences everywhere, with more intelligent films than the average blockbuster.